Bro, if Jason Momoa just walked up on the beach like right now on some just Aquaman __ like popped out of the water, I would not be like, I would be shocked. Do you know what I mean? Like I would be a little, I might be like, what? But I wouldn't be, but I wouldn't run in the crib. I'd be like, that's Aquaman, obviously music. Oh, are you guys done? We're here. It's Yachty here with future Muda. This is something special and new, and we're doing here at Turks, the one and only Turks, and Cakis just here flex my muscle a bit, doing things that most people can't track. Drizzy Rogers, how are you? Do people call you anymore? Not really great. Jersey Rogers, no, you might. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. No, what is a server? My email was Drizzy Drake Rogers. Rogers, you actually told me that, yeah, this is the service provider, yeah, and then he thought that he didn't realize Wayne thought that like he didn't realize at that time that like the ad in the email was like okay, like a middle like interference in the name, yeah, so he just thought my name was Drizzy Drake Rogers, and he just kept that. I mean, he wrapped it once. I didn't have the heart to correct him. That's pretty sick. God bless his heart. Yeah, chapter 1. The mother of you music. One thing that we really have in common is our love for our mothers. Yes, you know, what is that like, you know, being like the star? Obviously this is a question for you in my life. I've actually asked her this, but what do you think it's like for her with you being whom you are? I think obviously at this point it's not now. Let's go back to like 2015, 2013. Whatever times you had to come down leg Todd, by the way, I just, yeah, that was my guy. I never really took that in. Yeah, those are my guys. I thought the Fiji, yeah, 100, that's my brother, that's my life. Yeah, we ain't gonna get into it, you know, __ with that. Yeah, I was just like, it's still talking about my mom and like that. I'm thinking about the city. It might have like a vision. Are you dripping? Yeah, no, that's what's up. I dead ass out of it. Those are my brothers. I love those guys. Those are only that in the owl only. Yes, I have besides my own game. We love that mothers. Yeah, what do you think that's like? I don't understand. What's it like? What to have a mother? No, what do you think it's like for her to be the mother of you? Oh, what I don't know. They were gonna really like kind of like this is excluding like, so I didn't really want to answer that. I guess I don't know. I mean, I'm a father and I've been through so much with my mom, like just times where like it was like I didn't, you know, I feel like there's real times where we didn't know like what the outcome would be. There's like real times of like uncertainty that I've been through with my mom, and I guess now like as a parent I assume that she's, I mean, she expresses her like pride and gratitude every single day, but I don't know, that's a tough one for me to answer. I mean, I assume it's probably just thankful. Do you fear for her? Like in what way? Like I fear for my mom all the time, but just being like who I am and just like her going out in the world and just being herself, like going to the grocery store. And no, I mean, I think my mom has like this really insulated circle that she rolls with, which I __ with too, like, but aside from that, like I try not to. That's like thinking like, are we gonna die every time we get on the plane? Or like I can't think like that because I'll go to like dark places. I can't think of anybody ever doing anything to my mom. Yeah, I try not to. Anyway, that's fair. Chapter 2, a graceful exit. Music you want to talk about, __ that we kind of talk about just __ I mean, obviously you haven't done one of these in __ a long time, so I just want to take it all over the place. A guy like you that essentially I feel like, and I don't want to, I'm not going to say has everything because no one has everything, but has accomplished so much in life and has read so many levels, seen so many things, experienced so many things. What else is there to want? Like what does someone want who has material? That's not even as far as materialistic. That could be as far as anything, but what is it there that to even search for or want as a human, as a man who hasn't touched so many things? Well, I think like on a broader scale, I think I'm at the point now where I just want to like, but I feel like maybe we talked about this the other day, but I feel like I'm kind of introducing the concept in my mind of a graceful exit, like, and almost just kind of, I feel like a lot of people that I've watched as the years have gone on, it's a really addictive competitive space, and oftentimes you're like addicted to the competition itself, and so you know you'll like it, sometimes it'll bow for you, like why are these people still making attempts at like trying to be present in the space, and then you'll realize like they probably their needs and desires and their soul was probably fed for so long off of being a guy or the guy that they can't let it go. And so I guess like what's left for me is just to find a way to gracefully and like I'm not ready now, but to gracefully like continue making projects that are extremely like interesting and hopefully cherished by people, and then to find the right time to say like I can't wait to see what the next generation does. I'll still be around to like, you know, work with people or do a show here or there, but I'm not going to like force myself to compete. I would love to just see what the next generation does whenever that time is. So I guess like that's like the one thing that I like want for myself really badly. And then like I don't know, like I also really need like a house and turds. Yeah, it was a song, it's on Views, where you said something about retire not 35 when you got close to 35. Did you ever hearing that __ yeah, I heard it the other night while we're out there. Yeah, people always say that when you were younger, did you think 35 was really old? Yeah, you thought like 35. I'm like, good. Yeah, I just like maybe that's like maybe the I think that were you like 26 then I was young. Yeah, I think like that. And sometimes when I've like said Drake, girls' names and song titles, those are probably the two things I sometimes look back on and think maybe I could have done without that. Not even in a malicious way. The lyrics were never meant with ill intent. But someone once told me, it's not what you said about me, it's the fact that you said it. And that really stuck with me. Because you don't know what that does to someone's life. You don't know who they're dating at the time. You don't know what their family knows or doesn't know. So if I express any kind of dissatisfaction in a song and say their name, suddenly they're left picking up pieces in a life they were trying to build for themselves. I've really tried to stop doing that. But at the same time, I want to be honest in my music, so it's a constant push and pull. Lil Yachty. When I was younger, I used to think you were making the girls' names up. Drake, nah. I don't think I've ever made up a girl's name in my life. That's probably the one thing that makes me cringe a little when I look back. Because being young feels so wavy when you're in it. But now I'm here. I just passed 35. You get there and realize, it's not as wild as you thought. Lil Yachty. How old are you? Drake. I just turned 35. Lil Yachty. I'm 25. Drake. Yeah. Enjoy it. You're gonna be old as hell soon. Lil Yachty. Nah, I'll be walking with a cane by the time you're still dripping. Drake. I'll still be 10 years older than you, and in incredible shape. Lil Yachty. I think you'll still be using a cane. Drake. I don't think so. But that confidence you have, that's because you're 25. I had confidence at 16. I've been there. At 25, I thought everyone in their 30s was ancient. Lil Yachty. Now people say 30s are the new sexy. Drake. Yeah. But I'm not one of those people forcing formality on everyone. Like making every event black tie, suits everywhere. Black Ray-Bans mandatory. You just gotta find your own way. I feel great though. Lil Yachty. That's good. Age is funny, man. Drake. Yeah. Time never stops. I look at my father now and see gray hair. It's crazy. You don't know if you'll even make it there. And then when you do, you're like, damn, I'm here. But I don't really feel that different. It's been a great life though. A fantastic life. Lil Yachty. We're literally watching a sunset right now. Drake. Yeah. You guys can't see it, but it's there. Cut to B-roll. Chapter 3. Misconception. Lil Yachty. I was talking to our good friend Kyle yesterday. And this comes up a lot when I talk. Everyone is going to love me. And that's okay. Sometimes I even feel like I have to humanize myself when I meet people. Music. Chapter 4. Mommy Milkers. Drake tries therapy. Drake. I talked to a therapist once. Not really a therapy guy. I don't want the kind of life some therapists push. Disappearing, disconnecting, simplifying everything. But he made an interesting point. He said, no matter what kind of woman you're into physically, ass, tits, whatever, you walk into a room and you have the biggest presence. He said it like, you walk into a room with the biggest tits imaginable. Nobody can see past that. All people think is, I bet he's like this. I bet he's like that. They can't see past it until they talk to you. Then they're like, wow, you're actually smart. You're actually kind. Which again means they assume something completely different. Drake. That's actually why I relate, funny enough, to girls with huge boobs. Lil Yachty. Yeah, I remember you kept saying that. I don't know why, but I pictured you just talking about absolute monsters, just knockers, straight mommy milkers. Drake. Yeah, it's weird. I know. Lil Yachty. Alright, you can stop now. Drake. Yeah. It's getting dark, by the way. I told y'all, sun's going down. It's time to drink. That's actually a really valid point though. Women are something else, man. I don't like talking about them for too long, honestly. It usually leaves me a little depressed. Let's keep it moving. Lil Yachty. I thought there was a question in there. Drake. Nah, that was just real life. Lil Yachty. Alright, here's my real question. This might sound weird, but I think you'll get it. Why do you think I keep catching you staring off into the ocean like you're in draft day? Just looking at the waves, knowing your time is coming. Drake. I love that comparison. Lil Yachty. Then you hop on FaceTime right after. Chapter 5. The first Toronto man. Music. Drake. People get manipulated and brainwashed into these expectations, these custom traits they think you're supposed to have. Like, someone once asked me how much my kid weighed when she was born. Or they'll ask, when's your mom's birthday? I know when it is. I've never missed it. My mom's had incredible birthdays since I became who I am. But I don't always know the exact date off the top of my head. And people act like that means something. Why do people think you have to know these details to prove love? Lil Yachty. Those are two completely different things though. Knowing your mom's birthday versus knowing how much your kid weighed at birth. Drake. Exactly. That weight thing is such a useless fact. I love my son. I know what he likes. I know who he is. When he was born, I was just holding him like, this is crazy. I wasn't like, yep, 6.5 pounds. But people really believe you're supposed to know these things. Lil Yachty, yeah, they do. Drake. I never understood that logic. People everywhere, not just one city, will hear this and say, you're supposed to know that. But why? Lil Yachty. I think it's hardwiring. Nature versus nurture. What you were raised around. Accents, habits, traditions. We probably sound foreign to you just because of where we're from. Drake. I'd love to meet the very first Toronto man ever. Who started the accent. Who influenced everybody. Now I'm a full father talking in internet memes, because that's my upbringing. Chapter 6. Aliens. Lil Yachty. Do you believe in aliens? Drake. I think humans wake up every day thinking the world revolves around us. Like things can't end now, like we have control. We don't. I know just because life is going well for me doesn't mean I'm guaranteed to live to 80 or 90. And on a deeper level, bro, if Jason Momoa walked up on this beach right now on some Aquaman shit, I'd be shocked. But I wouldn't run. I'd be like, that's Aquaman. Of course, there's a whole world out there we don't understand. Lil Yachty. So you're open to it. Drake, yeah. If aliens pulled up, I'd be like, this interview just got crazy. Pull up a chair. Lil Yachty. You'd introduce them to Jordan immediately. Drake. Immediately. If they don't know Jordan, then we got a problem. There's definitely stuff out there we don't understand. This is just one planet, why would everything else be empty? Lil Yachty. Facts. Chapter 7. The Oklahoma story. Lil Yachty. One last thing before we wrap. Sun's going down. What's the craziest thing you've ever done for someone? Something from a long time ago. Drake. I once sat through 3 hours of prosthetics so I could attend someone's court date. I walked in disguised as an 80-year-old man. And people were still like, is that Drake? Even with one of the best makeup artists in the world. Chapter 8. Confessions. Lil Yachty. Harmless confession. Drake. I hate when hotels fold napkins all fancy. I don't want to mess it up. It feels disrespectful. Lil Yachty. That's a pet peeve. Drake. Also, don't turn the bedroom into your office if you wake up before me. Opening blinds, taking calls, running meetings, that's insane. Lil Yachty. That's horrible. Drake. Exactly. Start your day, leave the room. Chapter 9. We all do it. Lil Yachty. Why do rappers act like they've never seen each other when they bring someone out on stage? Drake. Adrenaline. You're playing the role for the crowd. If you acted normal, it'd be weird. Lil Yachty. That's actually true. Lil Yachty. So this is a Moody conversation? Drake. Yeah. A Moody conversation. Yachty and Drake. Lil Yachty Part 1. Drake. We'll see you next time in Croatia. Text on screen. Why 9 sunglasses? Text us for exclusive access. Lil Yachty. Just like that, we out. Music.